and you're thinking that how are you going to make ends meet? Your income, you found out that your income seems to be a little bit lower than your expenses. And you've noticed that you can't keep up. A lot of your bills, a lot of things that you want, you're not able to get them. You're not able to pay your bills, even your rent. And this is making you feel frustrated. You're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling confused. You don't even know where to start. On your financial journey, you're thinking, there's no way I'm even going to be having a financial journey right now. I'm trying to survive. I'll be sharing with you today how you can actually start to manage your money. We're going to be exploring your spending, and you'll hear a unique way in which you need to start looking at your expenses, your spending. Hello, if you've not met before, my name is Gospel Edward, and guess what? I help you. I help you that is managing an invisible disability to grow your net worth. Yes, you heard me right. Grow your net worth without flare ups and getting burnt out. You have seen all these YouTube channels, you've read all the blogs, and you're wondering, these people, I don't relate to them. They're talking about 10K months, they're talking about investing, they're talking about saving, they're talking about maxing out their emergency fund, their savings account, investment account, and you're just trying to survive. And, and it's making you feel like, what's wrong with me? There's no way that I'm going to be able to do this. And you may be feeling sorry for yourself that you have this health issue that you're dealing with and all the challenges that you're having to face every single day. And you're thinking, how in the world am I going to be able to max out my savings, to even save? That seems so far out to you. You're living on government assistance. You try to get a job, you're staying in that job, and then you fall ill. You've worked so hard in that job and you fall ill. Nobody comes to visit you, and you feel bitter resentment. You feel angry that they don't even understand your situation. They want so much out of you, and you give so much, and then you end up in hospital, and then you have all these expenses to pay. How are you going to save? How are you going to save? I understand. I totally understand. Because once upon a time, that was my life. And you know what? I took charge. I said, what? No, I'm going to prove to myself that I can grow my net worth and still manage my health issues. And you can do the same thing. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. So, you've got all these expenses, and you know you have to pay them. You're on government assistance, benefits, social security. What do you do? Look at your spending this way. I follow, well, I call this the SOUL system. The SOUL system of spending is, there's a standard expenses that you have, there are the optional expenses that you have, and there are the odd one outs. All these things, all these three, are things that you spend your money on. The standard one, the optional one, and the odd one out. The thing is, which one takes priority? The standard one, what is it? The standard one contains your four walls: your rent, your mortgage, transportation, utility bills, clothes, food, shelter, right? So, food, clothing, shelter, those are your four walls. Once that is sorted, then you can start to look at other things. How much is your rent? How much is your mortgage? How much is your utility bills? Looking at your income should be able to cover all of that. If it cannot cover all your four walls at least, then you cannot go to the optional and the odd one out. If you want to go to the optional and odd one out, you need to increase your income. Okay? So, what are the optional ones? The optional ones are things like takeouts. That's an option. Even sometimes clothing, especially new clothes, is an optional expense. And what's the example of odd one out? Odd one outs would be things like birthdays, right? Buying Christmas presents, things like that. Those are optional. Those are odd one outs. They come once a year. Now, you know that the standard is the one you need to focus on. Your food, your shelter, your utility bill, your transportation, so going to work, back, if you have to take public transport, use your car. Those are standard things because you need to get to work. You need a roof over your over your head, right? You need food to sustain you so that you can go to work and do the job. If you work from home, your utility bill will be more because you're spending time at home. And if you are in a cold climate, you might want to have the heating on, and having the heating on can be expensive. If you're in a hot climate, you may want to have the AC on, the air conditioning on. That's an expense. Thinking about all this, look at your standard. Focus on your standard. See how much your standard is costing you. Is your current income able to cover up all your standard? And you might be saying, Gospel, I've got debt. Where does that fall into the soul system? The soul system, the debt comes under optional. Because your debt, the ones that you need to that you might want to put in the standard one will be your priority debt. So the ones that if you don't pay, you go to jail, basically. That's the one that you now take to your standard spending. We'll explore that later on. And then the non priority one will be in your optional section. And remember, the odd one are things like birthday present, Christmas present, Easter present, stuff like that. So, can you see how this soul system can give you a sense of relief at least? If now you now see that your income cannot cover all your standard, that means your issue is an income issue. And so you now look to see how you can grow your income and you start to explore other things that you can do. Can you get a second job? To you, you might be like, second job with my health? No. Okay. If you cannot, are there things around you that you can sell? Somebody needs what you don't use anymore. Can you make some money out of it? Now, the mindset that many people now have is like, oh, what is selling this thing for £5? What's that going to do to my huge debt? That is a poverty mindset. The growth mindset will be like, oh, I've got £5. I've got $5. I can put it towards this bill. I can put it towards that. I can buy food, not takeout, not fast food. You can buy proper food. If you went to the shop and you really want to buy vegetables and you find that it's really expensive, so you go and then buy canned or frozen, and now you have $5 or £5. You can go and buy the fresh one, chop it up, and get the full nutrients. Thinking in the growth mindset is one way to start creating an exceptional life. So, today we've looked at the SOUL system: standard spending, optional spending, odd one out spending. Focus on your standard spending. Look today and see, do I have enough to cover my standard? If I don't, what can I do to cover it up? What can I do every month that will get me to really be able to pay for all my standard? What you don't want to be doing is bury your head in the sand, because guess what? You will not be able to see what's going on, and you'll keep being broke. You'll keep wondering, how am I going to be able to save like all these other people? Or you start pitying yourself and being all victim mindset and everything, and woe is me. No, woe is not you. You've got this. You've got the skills. You've got the capability to be able to grow your net worth. And we'll explore what net worth actually means later on, because I know you might be thinking, I don't want to be a millionaire. How am I going to reach millionaire status? No, 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 no. And you start having all these negative mindsets and all these money blocks come to your head. No, you need a system. The soul system helps you to get clarity on how you're spending your money. Focus on your standard. Whatever money you have left, move it on to your optional spending. Then move it on. If you've got enough money for your optional spending, then move it on to the odd spending, odd one out. I normally teach people to do it the other way around, but it all depends, because there are some things in optional that you you need not take out. Those cannot be priorities before maybe your child's birthday, things like that. No, you take care of the things that really are important to you and they'll serve you before you start looking at all this luxurious stuff. Okay? When you're clear about your spending, you're able to have peace of mind. And when you have peace of mind, you're able to now start being more creative and looking at ways you can make an impact in the world. And remember, there's somebody waiting for you. So sharpen up. Stop taking your sweet time. Do something. Start living your unique lifestyle, because you're unique. There's somebody waiting to hear what you say, because how you say it, what you say will click with them. They've been waiting for you. And when they hear it and it clicks with them, they take action and they elevate their life. And guess what? That's how we start creating a ripple effect. So you go out there and beyond your unique self. And I'm wishing you ongoing success. Until next time, ciao.